ahead. You might be stuck in a place where you know exactly what you don't want in your life. You don't want the toxic relationship. You don't want the toxicity that you've currently been dealing with, being with a toxic guy. If you guys are new here, my name is Ben Taylor. I'm a self-aware narcissist on this channel to provide awareness of narcissistic abuse. I'm a former narcissist turned abuse recovery coach, helping women actually break free of the toxic chains that they've been tied to for such a long period of time. And when this happens, you typically get to a place where you know, I don't want this in my life. I don't want the abuse. I don't want the manipulation. I don't want the lies. I don't want the gaslighting. I don't want all this stuff that's been in my life that's been tearing me down, breaking me apart, and making me question and doubt myself. But then the flip side of that question is, do you actually know what you want? Are you actually planning ahead of your dreams, of your vision, of your values, of who you actually want to be? Because the reality is most people don't make plans. Most people don't plan ahead for the future, knowing and understanding what they actually want, what they desire, who they're actually called to be. It's not just enough to get you away from the toxic relationship, to break you out of the mold that you're currently stuck in, but then we have to actually help you move forward. Forward with purpose of who you actually are called to be. You might have had it in the past where you made New Year's resolutions. You decided, I'm going to do this, and you got into the gym in January and you stopped going in March. You decided to do something and you stopped doing it midway through the year. You said, hey, I'm going to develop and grow in this area, and you stopped. Maybe it's because of the relationship. Maybe it's because of your commitment. Maybe it's just because of the fact that most people don't set goals. Most people don't track goals. Most people don't communicate goals. And most people don't have a group and a community to hold them accountable to the goals that they're actually setting. And inside of this, what I do every single year is I get very clear, planning out and scripting out where I want to be in a year. I had a lot of goals for 2024 of how I grew myself mentally and emotionally, of how I shifted things inside of my body, how I look, how I function, how I feel, how I shifted stuff inside of my marriage, how we connect, how we interact, how we shifted stuff in having a second child, how we shifted stuff inside of business. All different aspects of my life has shifted drastically in even this past year. And I'm gonna do the same exact thing in 2025. Getting to a place where I shift and adjust who I am, going towards who I actually want to be, who I feel called to be. The question is, what are you going to walk into 2025 with? Any goals, any vision, any values, any ideas, any thoughts that are actually going to guide you to where you want to be, but then also have a plan to be able to unlock that? I'm going to have a plan. And I want to be able to provide an opportunity for you to have a plan as well. So we're going to provide an opportunity for you to be able to actually get very, very clear about where you want to go and how to get there. We do this inside of a process of understanding where you're currently at, the facts about where you are, and where you want to actually go. And then we step back and start to build a plan month by month of how to be able to get there. It's not just goal setting for the sake of goal setting. I don't care about setting goals. I care about designing the life that I actually want to live. And you should too. You should care about this because you haven't been able to actually script out your life. You haven't been able to actually decide who you want to be. Because everything's been forced upon you, pushed upon you, pressed upon you, and you don't actually know either who you are or how to actually go the direction you want to go. So why am I saying this? Because I'm excited because I've never announced something like this before. I'm going to run an in-person event. You can log in virtually or you can do it in person. This is going to be an opportunity for you to actually be able to engage with the science of what I do, not just in breaking people free, but the science of moving you forward. We're doing an in-person event January 3rd, January 4th in Orlando, Florida. An opportunity for you to have a moment of interaction for 2 days, working through this piece of where you are and where you want to go. Inside of this 2 days, you're going to get experience with me and with several other people in a close-knit environment of getting clear about the goals and the direction that you actually want for 2025. How that's going to affect you, how that's going to actually direct and design the next month, the next quarter, the next year of who you're actually called to be. Now, this piece is so new that I don't have an opportunity of you to go anywhere to be able to sign up. You actually can't right now. But what you can is, if you're interested, you're going to shoot me an email. The email is going to go to ben@rawmotivations.com. And you're just going to put in the subject line, plan. Because we're going to be planning out 2025. If you want an opportunity to this, whether it's virtual or whether it's in person, we're going to be hosting this in Orlando, Florida, January 3rd and January 4th. You're going to have an opportunity to be able to engage fully, whether you're virtual or whether you're in person. If you come in person, though, you're going to get an opportunity to be able to meet me, several other people that will be there going through this process together, And Friday night, you also get an opportunity to have dinner with myself and my family. Because we want to be able to provide an opportunity to not just say, hey, you can actually achieve this, but actually show you that the life that you actually want is possible. But we have to start scripting out the goal, the gift of where you actually want to be. If you want to understand the science, the community, and the connection that we have in helping people actually reach unattainable goals, reach goals of purpose and direction that you've never seen before, actually get scripted out so that you actually follow through with your goals by being held accountable. If you're interested to know more, and if this spikes where you're like, I want to do this, I want to get clear in 2025, then mark on your calendars January 3rd and January 4th. And then pull up your email and click new email and send an email to ben@rawmotivations.com with the subject line plan. I'll send you an email back or I'll shoot you a text, either way, because I want to be able to help you move forward in the healing process. But more than that, I want you to actually shift your future, transform who you are and how you're showing up. Consider in the past when you've had goals or ideas or thoughts about the future and who you wanted to be. Most people, maybe not you, but most people don't have goals, don't write down goals, don't communicate goals, don't hold themselves accountable to those goals, and don't put themselves in a community to actually engage with us. Because this piece is absolutely important. Getting very clear of what you actually do has to get very, very specific. Most people don't want to get specific. Most people don't want to take the time to get scripted out with the goals, which then they're surprised why they don't get the results that they actually want. I've seen this system work for hundreds of people. I've seen this system work for doctors, for counselors, for people that are inside of all different types of industries. Because what it does is it starts to get you very clear and to give you a step-by-step guidebook, step-by-step plan, and tools and opportunity to keep yourself accountable, to get yourself accountable with other people, and to continue moving forward. If you want to know more about this, then shoot me an email at ben@rawmotivations with just the simple word plan. I want to be able to help you move forward inside this process. 2-day event that we're having January 3rd and January 4th. Get an opportunity to come in to be able to work with me personally inside of scripting out the next goal, the next place that you're going to go in 2025. The seats are limited. There's only a total of 8 seats. This is not a big event. This is a small, close-knit event so I can work with you personally to get clear where you are, where you want to go, and the next steps to be able to do that. You're going to engage with me. You're going to engage with the science and the tools that we have. We're going to script out 2025 and help you move forward one step at a time. We're also going to give you support and accountability. You're going to have opportunity to be able to access our community and our calls for the next month after this to be able to say, hey, I want to be able to engage with this and I want to be able to move forward in your growth and your development. If you sign up in person, you also get an opportunity to have dinner with myself and my wife and our family, which will be on Friday night. If this interests you and you want to learn more about what we're actually offering and the opportunity to get crystal clear about 2025, then shoot me an email that says plan in the subject line and just send it to ben@rawmotivations.com. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. I want to help you plan for the future. That planning starts now. Send that email today.